लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर ब्रिगेडियर डॉक्टर D मिश्रा जी आए हैं हम सबके बीच पूरे श्रद्धालुओं की ओर से और विशेष रूप से माथो गुंटा और माथो गांव वालों की ओर से आपको स्वागत के साथ बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आपने हमारा आमंत्रित को अपनी स्वीकृति दी और मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगा इस मोनास्ट्री फेस्टिवल जो है पूरे लद्दाख का एक प्रसिद्ध परंपरा है। इसी मोनास्ट्री की तरह बाकी मोनास्ट्रियों में भी इस तरह के कल्चरल जो है पहचान है लद्दाख का। और ये मोनास्ट्री का परंपरा लगभग 700 साल से चलते आ रहा है। 15 सेंचुरी में जब ये मोनास्ट्री बना तब से चलते आ रहा है। और मैं आपसे आमंत्रित करना चाहूँगा इस उपलक्ष्य में आप हमारे लोगों को अपना एक विचार जो है यहाँ पे
आज मुझे मौका मिला इस पुण्य दिवस पर आने के लिए, इस पुण्य स्थल पर आने के लिए और आप सब लोगों से मिलने की। यहाँ पर परम पूज्य परम पावन हमारे सभी धर्मगुरु और हमारे MP साहब, सभी गणमान्य लोग, मैं आप सबको प्रणाम करता हूँ कि मुझे यहाँ लद्दाख में आए हुए आज सिर्फ 15 दिन हुए हैं, लेकिन मैंने जिन लोगों से मुलाकात किया, मैं अभी तक 400 लोगों से अपने ऑफिस में मिल चुका हूँ। एक फंक्शन भी मैंने पुण्यतिथि का, पुण्य दिवस का अटेंड किया, आज यहाँ पर आया। मुझे तो अब ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैं यहीं का रहने वाला हूँ, मैं आप लोगों के बीच का ही हूँ। हमारा ये उद्देश्य है। अभी जब मैं आया तो मुझे यह पता लगा कि हमारे कुछ बच्चे, हमारे कुछ युवा, हमारी कुछ बेटियां चंडीगढ़, जम्मू, श्रीनगर यहाँ पर फंसे हुए हैं। तो मैंने एयरफोर्स को कहा कि तुम हवाई जहाज निकालो। कुछ लोग और बाकी हैं, जब तक सब नहीं आएंगे तब तक मैं चैन से नहीं रहूंगा। चौंकाने वाली खबर, हमको पता लगा कि दिल्ली से यहाँ जो किराया है वो 30,000 है, कितना 25,000 है। ये जो अन्याय है ना, यह हम अपने लोगों पर नहीं आने देंगे। किराया सब जगह बराबर होगा, किराया नीचे है। कोई जरूरत, कोई ऐसा प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी हैं, उनका हमको पर्सनल मैसेज है कि भाई लद्दाख में तुम जितना विकास कर सकते हो उतना करो, हमको मदद चाहिए तो पूछो।
Can you please tell us regarding this Matho Nagrang, why it is celebrated and what is the purpose?
Of course, this Nagrang has been going on for many years. It's been followed by, I think, not just our monastery, but respected and followed by all over Ladakh community. So it's very important oracle for all of Ladakh.
And what you, since this is the holy month in Ladakh, so what you would like to suggest people, and many devotees are doing Gocha, which is prostration and keeping fast and doing lots of prayers also. So what will be your message to the viewers of our channel?
First of all, I just wanted to say that among many among Buddhist communities in all of Himalayan region, I find that the Ladakh community is one of the most informed, especially regarding the Buddhist philosophy. So I'm very happy because I was told there are many scholars and masters has been doing Buddhist introductions and Buddhist dialogues in Ladakh. So I always appreciate, and I'm very happy that Ladakh is in such advanced place. And my only advice, I mean, not just during this special month, but generally to be more compassionate, because without compassion there is no Buddhist. Without compassion there is no practice of any kind of Buddhist. And for us, actually, Buddhism is more than because basically it's a way of life. It's how you live your life and how you can have a more meaningful life as a lay person working in an office or working in a shop or anywhere. I believe that through the Buddha's guidance, we have to remember that Buddha was a teacher. He was a guide. He was not. He never said that you must do this and you must do that. He always guide us. That is that through our own understanding and belief that we can make a better, meaningful life as a human body. Right? To have a meaningful life. If we want to follow Buddha's footsteps, then I think we will have a much better, and even not just spiritually, but also in a more worldly family life, in a community, society, you will have a much, which I believe through compassion. I think that's the main ingredient in our the tradition of Buddhism.
Rinpoche's the youth are very keen to understand the heritage, the Buddhist culture. So more or less, they are more into practical knowledge of Buddhism. So previously, if you see, there are many other subjects where the things were taught in a different way. So if a youth want to know more about Buddhism practically, so how can they do it? How would they know about the Buddhism society, the prayer, the culture? How can they do it?
I think, of course, culture plays an important role, but I think if you concentrate more, if you're a beginner, I would prefer them to more go with starting with a light philosophy instead of going cultural, because culture has its own how do you say baggage or because not all the culture we do you can associate with the religion, because it's culture is basically a song, could be food, could be any sort, many of like our tea. It's sort of part of culture. It's nothing to do with the Buddhist, but it's culture. Like the kata we offer is not actually a Buddhist. It's a cultural thing, right? So those are, I mean, culturally, if you are Ladakhi, of course, this Ladakhi tradition we must follow. But as a Buddhist, I think more understanding of the Buddhist philosophy, I think that's the key. Generally, people go more on the faith side. People say, oh, touching the feet or going to the temple or doing some reciting mantra is considered more than understanding. So I always say that if you take a picture of the food, that doesn't mean that you'll be satisfied. You have to eat the food to get more satisfied, right? To get strength. But basically, like, I mean, if you take a peja, any textbook, and place it on your head with full faith, of course, it all gives you a blessing. It gives you a little bit of help. But the more important thing is when you open the peja, when you try to read it, when you try to understand the text. I think that is more powerful than anything else. So I think my request is to read Buddhist, and of course there are within the Buddhism there are many Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana, and then within the Tibetan the Buddhist, which have Sakya, Kaju, because there are many traditions, but we must also all remember that it's like I always say, it's like our fingers. The four traditions in Tibetan Buddhism is Sakya, Kaju, Gilu. But if you how do you say, trace where the teachings are coming from, it will all come back to India, and it will all come back to the probably the Nalanda universities, the masters. So, and also if you even that if you go back more further, of course, it goes back to the Buddha himself. So that we must remember. Uh, we must. There is no big difference. Slight, maybe color of some things or some mantras or something, but basic. The point of the Buddhist philosophy is same, and to be very easily, if I had to try to tell you the ideology of Buddhism, I believe is to try to understand oneself. Once you understand yourself, because at the moment we don't understand ourselves, we think we understand, we think we know our family, we think know our society, we think we know about anything that you kind of thing. But this is also important to understand that we vaguely know, we misunderstand between vaguely knowing and the understanding of the pure Buddhist philosophy. I think that's important. Also, by knowing oneself is like the key. By understanding the Buddha's philosophy, it basically means by understanding ourselves. Once you understand yourself, then you understand the whole universe. If you try to understand every universe, then there are so many things. It's too difficult. But when you understand yourself, then you understand the whole thing. So, which is like the key to all the universe.
주제는 게 상마다 되네 마셔 공부 보게 되나 ngana gyata chu shibena lama tumba to je par exemple se chakta bazat kano tene lama tumba to je par exemple chok kong bot sake densa sakya ne tene kam chok la sake la sap zate tene kyot ne lama kerup ni dan jigina mixa ko tene nuspa chi kyashina tene ngata chokyong shuma sangmada tene chagle ko nyanchese tene nuspa ji jukte kya shikyot pasang tene lama tumba doje podne tene ladak chosla peba chitang tene khongdang nyambo kon tene jaktang ne tene chagle tene kala zatkane tene chokyong shuma ronzan pundun bong tene ladak chosla tene pepska no jono kabo kite to su ladak la gyabo chakba bumde se wangyu zada no shiru tene ronzan eskorbo zaishuna chitang ronzan bo ketena tangada tene chosena tene ngedon dang tangdon ze ni shachesuna no tene ngedon giwandu chine shatna tangedon zena ronzan kurang tene ngone kazuk shingan bojuna tene sala nebe chanjuk semba tang sachu wangchu shiwano tene tangdon tangata jiktenbe samlo tangta jikta ngata samlo ngata jiktenbe samlo na kazuk shik shungate se tene hesab se shuna tene ngata kong shidak tang tutang nuspa ma tutang za chinmo yotkan jik shikyot pasang tene tingne gurumbo chese tene tama tagazate kawo kete tene ngata sanggis tamba shungjes da tene rohkyo zaches tena tsoga tene ngata nyamlen choskan kaboji chos zatkan miya tene ngata roktine zaches zat gosen tene tengur rimbo chese kong tama tak zate tene kong choshkyong songa spena ngata paden lamo magzo gyamang ngata ngedon daji chotso ngone tangne tene sa nepe changchuk semba inakta ina ngata tangdone ondu shana jiktenbe samu tangta ondu shana tene padana mang tene la wangchuk chenme tene bomojigina tingne tene kong tama taga zate tene kong chokyong tada bo tena kyot pasang nge juje stontak bo samsing ngata padana mo bo chokyong jigda tene ngata samu korat tena tsoga tena rongzanang tene kong padana mo tsoga chokyong inak tene jujesin tene daksa mashe gompe tene nagrang skaba tene chambo ki tene gur la gyat ki tene cham peba no tenang ne tene gur gi kombo zikande ladak spada ma tene drechin mo kabo kete tene ta da yod ne mena tene rozawa rinchen sangpo bo gomarang tene ladak sa pepkane lamatsa chen jik shikyot pasang kon yod na mena chokyong de shungma bo ketang tene gur gi kombo jukte na tena tsoga nganme tusu lada gyabo inshik ronpo inshik sangme chokyong bo ketena gurgi gombo inchisto te songpasang lada padang ten gurgi gombo niska mixa ma dewa chinmoji tenang sakyang tene gurgi gombo ketena ma dewa chinmo yakya chin ta ngata kazushe dewa zina tene ngata tok tine chojes la ngata nam jaktang ne ngata gombo ajara kyot tene gonka tene soka sa jesbo nga tok tang tene jos jinjo no song pasang nge juje tondako tene ladak la nga na pepka ne gyabo inshik ronpo inshik ngata ladak pe pa mesbo sujigi na yang goma changme tene tok tene jos jesbo gurgi gumbo jo tikdo kyot pasang tene mashe nagrang kapsu yang tene guru da get 페바 녹데 나네 되네 소데 daksa shio tse tene gurgi gombo na khyo ba sang tene mimang sangme ta tene ika cham zada khyo da chigdang tene khonga tene tok sin za jese tene zada za cho go shes po ma khachan ina sama tene tezuk shi ina nispa ika ta tok tine ze chidang da chos duba chigdang bashat mangpo yo no de tebo miong jese tene tok tine za zen tene jo no khyo ba sang nge ju jes Matho Nagrang kapsu tene chambo ke tene gurda ki cham tene pepsa no ju